It's Monday. It's quite grey and miserable. I still have a bad head, but I don't get a chance to sit and do nothing because I have to go to Callie's. There's some prick who's blocked off the entire lane. They live down there. Well, he doesn't, but he's working on a house like down the back lane. And they've literally just parked over the entire lane. And I've just said to them, you can't do that, I need to get out. He said, oh yeah, I'll tell him to move. I was like, well, it's an access lane, you should be fucking parked there anyway. That kind of thing really, really pisses me off. They know it's the access lane, they should have told the workmen, don't block the fucking lane. You know. Right, I've got to go over and fit a dress for Callie because she's bridesmaid at a wedding next week, and obviously she's a bit bigger than her dress allows, so I've got to fit a modesty panel to it that can be removed quite quickly so she can use the dress after she's had the baby. That's the idea anyway. I'm thinking Velcro tape. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've got a panel the same colour as the dress, and what I'm thinking is because it's literally just the top part of the dress, I'm thinking if I use Velcro tape to secure it, it will do just for the wedding. So we'll see. I'm going to take some painkillers, I'm going to get everything together, and then I'm going to go head on over to Callie's. Good morning. It is, it's Tuesday. I'm feeling much better. Now that fucking migraine seems to be on its way out. I thought it was done yesterday and I drove over to Callie's and it came back. I think it's because I was in the sunlight a lot. I just thought I had someone knock behind me. Ghosties. So today I have moisturised, I have primed. I am now going to add my colour corrector to my face. I've put far too much down, never mind. I have this weird thing, and I've never seen anybody else do it, where I put my makeup on a little acrylic block. I don't like putting it on the back of my hand, I just don't. So yeah, if you're wondering what I'm actually dabbing it off of, if you've never seen me do makeup before, because then you've always got to have wipes handy to clean it off and all that rubbish, and you know, ain't nobody got time for that. Well, apparently a lot of people do, but you know. So I am just colour correcting for now all the ready bits to get my face ready, and I'm going to follow a tutorial on contouring my face, because I've never done it before. Now, one of the issues I've always had is that nobody tells you what shade you're going to need to contour it. So I was out shopping recently and I bought this stuff. This is, God, I have to take my glasses off to do my makeup. Mesorda Milano, and it's a cover stick foundation in the colour Truffle. I don't know if that's too dark or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow what she says. So hang on, let's get caught up.
You guys ready? We're going to be contouring today. I'm making it super easy for you guys, beginner friendly.
Super easy and beginner friendly.
It so that, you know, we don't have any of the kind of intricate stuff in here.
It will all be linked, her video, if I don't patch it in, which I might.
My light shade is going to be my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer.
I am using L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer in Ivory.
Flawless Brightening Concealer here. So you can see that a little bit. So first off, let's go straight into the obvious area. This under eye area here. Okay, so all I'm doing is just kind of like giving myself some great coverage here.
Don't use as much as she does.
I have dark circles. Like I said,
oh, that's dark.
Really simple for you guys.
Mine's not flat. I don't have a flat one. This is the closest I've got, really. I've got a buffing brush.
Okay, now here, you've got to keep the shape the same. Keep the shape the same. So don't move the brush around. We're just going to kind of buff it in. See, that shape is still the same.
It's a bit too dark.
I'm going to explain this to you. Now,
okay.
You see we've got that really nice warmth on that side. It's contoured the face. Now, let me do this again on the other side. Now, you can see this is all completely flat, right? There's no shape, there's no definition anywhere there. It's all kind of like,
obviously put too much up there.
Created dimension. So now we're going to do it on the other side.
It looks better that side. It looks more like she's got. I look so white though. It looks, yeah, it looks better that side, but I've got far too much up here that I'm sort of like, I don't know what to do with it. Right, I think I did that too high.
Okay.
It should have been
now,
like
I brought it in
more here
you don't have to bring it in
than up here.
If you don't want to, you can just bring it in very small. Like if you
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, right. So she's now putting on her foundation. I feel like my face just looks dirty. So what I'm going to do now is I use Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid, that one, in Natural Ivory, which is the same colour as my contour more or less. Now I do use a brush to apply this. Should I try it with the foundation? I haven't contoured this because I've seen her do it. It's just, I'm going to try it with a sponge and see if I like the effect. Do you know, I've never done it with a sponge before. I don't know whether I like it or not. I use more when I do it this way. I also don't know if I used enough contour now that I've got my foundation on. Can you see that? I know I'm not great at this. Okay, so I'm now going to set my powder. The way I do that is I use a old tub that used to have pressed powder in it. I've used it all. And I use my banana powder, not banana powder, it is translucent powder. I'll get there in the end. And I just tap that into it. And then I get my little triangular puff thing. And I'm going to start off by going under my eyes, like so. And then the rest of it I just do loose. I have this massive fluffy brush that I bought. I got this in like B&M. And then I've got what's this called? A Real Techniques buffing type small brush. Can't remember what it's called. Just to basically set my eyes. I can't remember what this brush is called. Oh my god, what's it called? It's number 402. I can't remember what it's called. That's really annoying. That is really, 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 really annoying. Oh my god. I want to get a nice big powder puff because, oh, itch. Because I find that applying it with a powder, with a puff, is a lot stronger, I suppose, than with a brush. Now what I do is I sweep the excess away. like so. Yeah, I've got very, very little colour from that contour. I think I didn't do enough, even though that looked shockingly dark. I just don't think I did enough. I don't look like I've contoured at all. I don't know whether to add a little bit more or not. Because you can definitely see, like, on her. You can't on me. If I buffed it all off, is that what I've done? Let's use the sponge. That's how she did it. It just seems to disappear when I'm trying it. Except on that side where it's just making a line. I buff it and it just vanishes, you know? Maybe it's not the right thing to use. I don't know whether I'm doing it wrong. I probably am. Yeah. Let's put that there. I'll have another go with it. Not now. Right, let's put some blush on. One hint, lip liner. Normally I find sharpening my lip liner is the messiest job in the world because you stick it in your pencil sharpener, it just ends up gunky. Stick it in the fridge. I left mine in the fridge for a couple of days. Sharpened it this morning. No issues at all. So I put it on quite thick along the bottom, as you can see, and then you smudges it. It's a little bit spotty, I think, from where I've just sharpened it. So almost all of my lip is covered. Now I'm using Maybelline 24-hour lipstick in the colour 115, which I think is mocha, I don't know. this is quite a nude lipstick. So what I do when I'm putting it on is I use it to help drag the lip liner in, take it look that little bit darker. Go, oh, teeth. I need to get a new gen because this has got so discoloured from makeup that it doesn't shine anymore, the one in my lip. Which is fine. But there you go, all done. I think next time I get glasses, I'm going to get some that aren't tinted, and then, because my nose now wants to run, and get some sunglasses as well, because during the winter, you know, that lovely eyeshadow job I've just done, which, you know, fucking stunning look, has just vanished. It doesn't look like I've contoured at all, does it? So what did I do wrong? Did I not do enough? I don't know, see, because I'm not au fait with it. I don't know, so I don't know. Maybe I need to do it darker under the foundation. I'm just not sure. But anyway. If you just wet your finger and run it over, it helps your gems shine that little bit more. So yeah. I probably look really, really pale in that light. I'm not. On the camera screen I look really pale, but on my mirror I don't, so we'll see. So, I've treated myself. Quite pleased actually, because I ordered these yesterday, and no, I ordered them the day before yesterday in the evening, and the lady lives local, and I said could I pick them up, but she wasn't in yesterday, so she said like she would send them immediately and get them out to me, and they've already arrived, and oh my god, oh, those are gorgeous, those are gorgeous, those are gorgeous, those are gorgeous. Oh. I'm trying to save the washi and the pumpkin sticker that she used, because I want to use it in my journal if I can save it. Ah, yes. Oh, look at those. Now she's done two of these packets, so I may well save that one. It says thank you for supporting my small business. There is greens, there is purples. It's called Enchanted Forest set, I think. And oh, she's given me a little card, little business card. That's cool. Black Sunshine handmade synthetic threads. That's blacksunshineiow.com, and Instagram is at BLK Sunshine Shop. Let's see if I can get that. There you go. That's her information, which is cool. She's used a lovely little green ribbon to tie it all up. These are really, really nice. I don't know whether I want the full lot in my hair or not, or whether just like, because what I've got here, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 7 per packet, and she listed them up like as one lot. I didn't buy 2 lots of 7, she listed it as one. And part of me is just tempted to just do the 7, but then there's the other part that's like, these are so freaking light that I could get away with doing the other one as well. I don't know. Right, they're not hugely thin at the top, so they are going to bulk out my dreads. I'm going to do them in the thread them through at the root of my own. Now obviously I'm going to have to work around the synthetics that I've already got in for bulk and colour. So like for example, I would use this one. Let's grab a purple. And then what I plan to do is you split the root. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I don't know how much root space I've got, whether I can actually do this. Or whether it would be too uncomfortable to do. I will be back in a moment. Wow. Wow, you guys, wow. Look how gorgeous that looks. Oh my fucking God. I've got a loopy hair tool that I used. So I'm like, yes, fucking yes. I am gonna like go mad now and put them all in. The idea is, I'll show you on this one, right? So every dread head has loose hair at the roots. Your hair doesn't grow dreaded, okay? It dreads as it grows. There's a difference, yeah? And every dread head will have like loose hair. Can you see it? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is feed it. I'm sorry if you can see like flakes in my hair. My psoriasis is a bit bad at the moment. So you can see I fed that through the middle of the dread, yeah? So what I do now is I will grab, come here, I want a purpley one. They're half purple and half green actually, which is kind of cool. So, and I just grab the end because the end is quite loose and flexible, just so I can get it through the through the root, sorry. So as you can see, I've got the end like that. And what I'm going to do is just guide it through that loose hair, like so, yeah? You see that is now inside my root. And then I will pull it until we get to the bend, like so. Now, in regards to, well, you know, how long will they stay there and will they affect my hair dreading up themselves? Yes, it will. So I would have to remove them probably once a month and lock up where the hole is going to be, which I will probably do every time I dye my roots. I'll just remove them and put a new lot in. The idea behind this is to make my hair look not quite so thin, because on the top it's quite flat, which, you know, I'm not in love with. So I'm adding these in, and I'm adding some, ouch, to where I've already got a single one. Where's the bend? There it is. So you put the bend in the root. And the idea is if I add them onto the single, it just gives me that little bit more, look at that, a little bit more bouffon, and then I've got the single on the top, like so. Love it, I 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 fucking love it. Oh my God. And I'm gonna put them in at like different heights. I will avoid the ones that are thin at the top because they just don't need that kind of strain. Oh my God, it's going to take a while for them to not go boing. You know, a bit of washing will solve that problem. So yeah, I'm just going to put a load of these in and I'll be back to you in a minute. Okay, it's been about 8 hours since I put these in. I won't lie, my scalp is hurting a little bit. They're not overly heavy. I've put all bar 2 of the double-ended dreads in. So I've got 2 left. So out of 14, I've got 12 in. The ones that hurt are the ones where my roots are a bit tight, you know. I've also got the issue that these are quite stiff, these double enders, so they don't, you know, they don't flop very easily. Once they've been washed, they will. She's done a brilliant job. She's crocheted them really, really well. She's wound the threads round, and I mean, they're really, really nicely made. They're just stiff. I don't have any of my dread wraps in except my bell that Alex gave me for Christmas a couple of years ago, which is in here somewhere. Can't find it. You can hear the ones on the end of that dread. And then I've got this little thing that Alex gave me. That's the only like wrap thing I've got in, because it is literally just made of thread. I want to put my Rohan made one in because of the decoration on it, but like I say, my scalp's a bit sore. I think if I'm going to do it, I'm going to have to do it off of this middle one, because I haven't actually attached anything to that one. So let's try it. So I've got a braid, well, you know, one of my older braid ones on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on, and the braid goes that way, and then let's see about putting the wrap that side. It's going to blend because the colours match so freaking well. And I'm hoping that's not too heavy and doesn't look too silly. Trouble is, as my roots grow in, it does look thin on top, which is partly why I wanted to get this set. They are slightly thicker than is comfortable. I've just basically got to be patient and wait for my hair to grow out a little bit, and then it should get that little bit more comfortable. That's my aim. I love how it looks. I really, really do. It's so pretty. Daryl likes it as well, which is quite a plus, because he actually doesn't like my dreads that much. It's the feel of them. He doesn't like it when he leans on them. So yeah, kind of loving them. It is heavy. I'm really hoping my head adjusts to them. I've just got over a migraine and I've gone and put all this extra weight in my hair, and I kind of feel a bit silly putting the weight in when I've got a sore head, but never mind. I was supposed to pick up a dryer today, a hood dryer, but the lady didn't message me, so I don't really know what's going on there. I might message her tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but there we go. Daryl is home, fed, bed, and all of that lot. I really wish this was turned around so that I had the purple bit forward facing instead of the green. Just slightly. There you go. Like that. Although it fades to this beautiful, beautiful sort of peacocky colour at the end. Stunning. She's just bought out a Halloween set very, very similar to this, which I kind of really, really liked, but I'm glad I got this set, because I've been looking at this set for months. This has been in her shop since the summer, and I'm glad I didn't buy it in the summer, otherwise I'd have put it in and gone, oh my god, I'm dying of heat, and taken it straight back out again. So the only thing I'm sort of thinking is, should I really move some of them down, because they all seem to be on top of my head really, but if I to be honest, my dreads are too thin to do them the way that I've done them further down. You know, I've done some. That one. Yeah. I just like they look really straight, which of course is looks odd with my curly hair at the minute. I've got a splinter or something I've got a fucking great splinter in my hand. No word of a lie, you guys. Can you see that? That is a huge splinter. Yeah, I mean, once they've been washed and I've braided them, they will look more natural instead of so stiff. Where do I pick that up from? Come on, come out. I believe the quote is, I've never had that one that big in me. I've never had one that big in me. There you go, got it. Ooh, that was massive. That was like nearly a centimetre long, asshole. Oh, I don't think I got it all. Anyway, so I'm going to have to hack at my finger just because I don't think I got it all. So yes, I'm going to spend the evening watching more wrestling. I've almost caught up actually. I was a good month behind last week when I started, because I hadn't watched it in so long, because Kyle and I have been watching TV. Ouch. Yeah, we were watching Supernatural. We watched all of that, and now we're going through Daredevil. We're on the last season of that. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I may speak to you later, if not see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Thursday. It's what time is it? It's 8:45. I'm off to my mum's to do cleaning. Daryl's been dropped off. So yeah, I've still got them in. I'm pretty much used to them now. There's a couple that are still a bit tender, that one especially. But the root was quite tight when I put it in. So yeah, I just had to give it a few days to calm down. The weather is not very nice. I don't know if you can see, but I'm rained on and a bit damp, but whatever. Let's see, anything exciting happening? My grandson and his mummy and daddy came to see me yesterday, which was lovely. I'm babysitting next week. I got in for a day next week because it's their anniversary, their wedding anniversary. I can't believe I've been married 2 years already. But so yeah, I've got in next week. I really hope the weather's nice so we can get out. But he walked all the way up to school to see Daryl, pick up Daryl yesterday, and back again. He walks so well. So yeah. Should be good. Anyway, I'm off to do the cleaning. Hi. It's Sunday, 16th. Can't remember when I last updated you. I think it was when I got the dreads. They've been in since the day I put them in, actually, whenever it was. I can't remember. They don't hurt anymore. The only issue I have, right, and this is a funny one, is like sometimes they sort of do this, you know, and it's weird because I then have to find the correct end to pull it down into place. So yeah, it's a strange one. As you can see, my roots are starting to grow back in, so that looks weird, hence why my hair was up. Oh god, because, you know, it doesn't look quite so bad from the front. The top just looks awful when my hair is growing out. I mean, there's part of me it's just like, you know, fuck it, grow it out, but then there's that other part of me that's like, it looks so thin when it's white. So yeah, we're not doing that. Callie went to a wedding yesterday. She was the maid of honour for her friend. She had a good day. She's very tired today, a bit achy, but yeah, it was a long day for her, being, you know, 30 odd weeks pregnant. She's got a scan tomorrow, I believe. I should know because I'm going with her. Yeah, she's got a 32-week scan tomorrow. So yeah, 32 weeks. No, can you turn on computer? Has my battery died? No, it's not. It's on the wrong. It's set for iPad, not iPhone. Not for Mac. So yeah, you know, 32-week scan tomorrow. Consult on Tuesday. I hope to get Mum moved in tomorrow, which I keep saying, and then it just doesn't happen for whatever reason. But yeah, we sort of finally put our foot down and said, you know, we've got nearly everything we need. Just need to get her in. So I think it's colder down the road as well, and she's starting to feel it a little bit more. Whereas at least up here, you know, I don't mind about having the heating on all the time. But the road down the road, it's a big old house, and when there's only her there because Carl's out and Alex is at work, or Azrael's at work and Azrael's at work, it's excessive to put the heating on just for her, or that's how she thinks anyway. Whereas I'm like, fuck it, I'm in my house, I want to be warm, so I'll put the heating on. So yeah, I think she's sort of feeling that's why she's going to come up here. Anyway, I'm going to eat some lunch. I've got 2 weeks worth of vlog now to fucking update. I've been trying to catch up with wrestling. Once I got caught up with that, then I can sit down and dedicate time to my vlog. Because otherwise, the wrestling just falls farther and farther behind, and then I get really pissed off. So I watched the season premiere of Raw the other day. And it was apparently Degeneration X's anniversary. You know, I know they're getting on now. I appreciate that. But I was honestly expecting a little bit more. You know, like some shenanigans backstage and just generally running amok, driving Triple H bonkers. But it didn't happen. They did a little funny at the beginning. They had a chat with another team during the, or a wrestler during the show. And then they came out at the end of the night and basically did a "we love you guys, thank you so much" and bloody bloody blah. I was like, is that it? It's cola, not booze. So yeah, a tad disappointing, but yeah, you know, whatever. Yeah, so I am gonna turn my mouse on. If you have battery operated keyboards and peripherals, turn them off at night, that's what I do. Yeah, so yeah, I was a bit disappointed at that. So I'm gonna watch Smackdown, and AEW, and then tomorrow night, I can get on and get some videos out. So this is probably going to be the last one of today. If it's not, I'm going to have to edit in here. Note to self, edit here, do the goodbye bit now, and move it to the end. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave it here, and we'll see what it looks like when I edit it. If it's not horrendously long, I might just put the 2 weeks together. If it is, I'll split it up. But anyway, have fun, and hopefully I'll remember to vlog a little bit more in the future, because I know I'm really, really bad at it for some reason now. Nothing happens. I have a very boring life. That's just how it is. Anyway, take it easy. Like, subscribe and all that rubbish. Who knows, you might actually get some content. Take it easy, guys. Okay. So, I know I said that was it, but this is a PS, I suppose. Right, let's do this one. I'm going to show you what I've done. Now, as most of you know, I have natural coloured synthetics in my hair, and I bet you can't even see them. That's one. You know? So, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So, let's start. I don't think I'll get one up over that. No, I won't, because that's a braided job. Okay, let's do this one. If I can get one over. So, what I'm doing is, I am choosing a synthetic from my natural collection. Yeah. I'm hoping this will go up and over that. And I'm putting it on. Now, I dye my hair with these in, so I know they can withstand it. And I don't know, that's going to go over my... No, that's not going to go over my son's amber bracelet that he had when he was teething. That one's got 3 beads on it, but I don't know if I'll get all them off actually. Let's try this one. Let's take that off. I'll go over it actually, the hole's big enough. So you want them with quite a large hole in them, which this seller, whose shop seems to have vanished, and I'm rather gutted. I did message her, but I've had no response. And then you don't loop it round itself or anything, you just slide it on. Now you're like, well, that's not going to stay, is it? And it's not. Then what you do is you grab one of your fancy double enders, and you've got all of this gap. See, I've got my dread and my finger poking through there. And what you do is you thread your fancy dread, your coloured dread, through that loop too. So it's sort of sitting with your see, so now I've got the coloured one going through the loop of the natural one, and then this is my lock over here. And then what I do is I pull that into place, and then because it is still too loose, I get my crochet hook, which is what I've done on all of these natural ones, and I just crochet it shut, because these were made via crochet, these synthetic ones, they all were. Oh, it's a Daryl who's supposed to be in bed.
I'm heading to sleep.
You're going to sleep now? Okay.
Hey guys.
Mwah. Go on then, because I'm doing an instructional. Love you.
Can I be?
So what I've done is I've tightened that loop right up now, so it won't slide. No, it won't slide down my dread, but it has made a little sort of a peekaboo for my colour. Sorry, hair on my mouth. And I've done this with quite a few of them. I'm just sort of going through, finding a dread that has a thick base. You don't want one that's thin, because get out of the drawer, go on. Never work with children or animals. And I've done this on all the dreads that I can find that will support or can take a long one. Now that one's already got one on. Okay, right, so we've got this one. If I can get this brown bead off. Some of them I can't.
Should I try that?
No, because it's too stiff.
Okay.
That might go up and over. Right, go on, off you go to bed, please. Go on, please. So, dread. Natural, I'm going to call this my natural synthetic because it's a natural colour. My dreadlock. Thread it through, just loop it onto the dread, alright? Don't have to do no fancy looping or anything like that. Try and go up and over your bead if you can. It's not going to. Trouble is I've put a lot of beads in my hair as well, so. Yeah, that's got one on. There's one without a bead. Okay, natural. You literally just poke it through. Okay. And you see how well this matches my own hair? I mean, look at that. Yeah? So you pull that into place all the way up to the root. Okay? You can pull it down to make it easier to see what you're doing. Then you get one of your coloured synths. Pick a pretty one. Well, they're all pretty, they're all gorgeous. So then get one end of it, and then this is my hair, this is the natural synth. You see my finger poking through? This thread is going to go through. Okay, this thread is going to go through that same hole. What I'm going to do, right? So this is my threader. This is my hair. This is the natural synth. So you put the threader through, like so, and then open it up. Feed your pretty synth through, and then pull the pretty synth through the natural synth's loop. Pull it up into place where the bend is. Okay, now most dreadlock sellers will create a bend in the dreads when they set them. Okay, so they're like a sort of hairpin. Now, what I'm going to do now, this is my dread here, and this is the natural, so I'm going to slide it up my hair all the way to the root. Sorry, it's caught on a loop. All the way to the root, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the pretty one against my root as well, and where I've got pinched the natural one, I am just going to crochet the hole closed to make it nice and tight. I don't like to use bands in my hair or anything like that. Don't forget to go from both sides, because the seller, the lady that made this natural set for me, these are single-ended ones, the top of the loops aren't at all dreaded. They are loose hairs. Okay, so you can fan it all out and all that. So you can tighten them if you need to. So now, what I've got now is I've still got all that fabulous body that I had, but it looks a little bit more natural, which is what I really wanted. And then I've just got this like explosion on my hair. Some of them are going to take a little bit of getting used to. I did have this short set of natural double-ended ones, which I've also pulled into place. And now this is what I'm left with. So you can just see some shots of colour through it. It looks more natural. That's my wrap. Okay, so it looks more natural, but when my hair moves, you're going to see these little peekaboos. And although I loved the colour, I prefer the natural look, I must admit. So what I'm going to do is probably put a couple more in, just to make sure the back's as bulky as the top. Now, will I take these out when I dye? No, I won't, because I don't ordinarily remove the natural ones when I'm dyeing my hair. This is why I'm not using all of these purple ones, because the idea is that I want to be able to just leave everything in when I dye it and wash it. That way it will all stay clean. Hair dye, as a rule, doesn't tend to transfer onto my synthetics, so I'm hoping they won't onto this Enchanted Forest set. Let's have a really colourful-ish type one. That one. And it'll wash off if it doesn't. And then when they do, like, you know, reach the end of their life, because, you know, I haven't looked after them and mistreated them, I'll be able to take them out and put some other ones in. Oh, I just kept going with that. That was a bit silly. So there you go. That's in. This is my dreadlock here. And then you've got the natural one in the middle and the pretty one double-ended going either side. So as you can see, I've still got a little bit of gap there. Hoping you can see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch that close and I'm going to crochet it in place at the root. So it'll all be done by feel. Which is how I normally do my hair. Does it all bond together? No, it doesn't. I used to have these little double-ended ones I've got up there. I used to have those threaded into my hair, and when it came time to remove them, it's actually pretty easy, you know, because I found it didn't really dread, and my hair moves enough that it doesn't dread to it, so, you know, it's not really an issue. Will I braid it? Probably not. Could you imagine braiding all of this? Oh, jeez. It would be a job and a half, wouldn't it? Could you imagine? Will I take it all out in the summer? It's a distinct possibility. So, that now has given me a fuck ton of dreads that look quite natural in quite a few places. You know? There's no strain on my roots anymore because I've threaded the double-ended through the single-ended ones, so that's just what I've done. I'm going to watch that back in a bit to see what it looks like, because I can't obviously see. So yeah, it's just... And I've still got all of these left. I've never used these ones, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of these single-ended ones, because I bought like fucking 40 of them way back when, because I was originally going to put one on like every dread, and then I was just like, that's obviously not practical, so I didn't do that. So yes, I've got 40 of these, so I can always like add these in later. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. God, I've used 10. I didn't realise that. So now, is this going to get too heavy? I really don't know. This is something I will have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Let's turn that around. Where's my other one? There it is. My little lotus flower. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Cheers. And yeah, I'll see you next week, and we'll talk about whether they're still in or not.